Oh, what a day. What a day. What a great day. See, we're back at it again. Looking at Hasan Piker's 200% fucked eye. You might be thinking to yourself, Jigz, what happened to if you saw his critically acclaimed award-winning series yourself? You might be thinking, hold on. Well, what happened to 70, 80, 90? Hmm? Well, apparently something happened so bad that it's now at 200%. I don't know. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard, yada 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 on trash takes or trash taste or whatever, didn't really work out too well for him on that one. And then from there, yada yada yada, said something about some politician that should die, yada yada yada. And then what was that? What was that last thing he did? Other than that, he's just been crashing out. And interestingly enough, I wanted to bring this up because I don't know if this video is going to go in. I'm pretty sure this video was posted a couple hours like before he got banned, as you can see. So I mean, we'll get resolved once Dad finishes and gets up from under his son's desk. It's fun. It's funny, but also, so there's actual Hassan Glazers here. They're actually Hassan Glazers, bro. Surprise, surprise. Who would have thought? This is also probably the best response, though. This is probably, actually, I'm gonna give that one a like. That's a hilarious response in my eyes. That's I love it. Anyway, also, what the fuck is it? Whatever. Let's just have this purple retard watch this blue retard tell us about this fucking retard. All right?
No intro today, boys. We're
No
jumping
intro.
straight to 200%. Hasan is over. His
You
career
would have by 30 fucking percent.
is donezo, and this video will make sure that that happens.
Let's
I'll
hope
be
so.
real here. I think this video is probably going to be more damning to Hasan than the content nuke. Obviously, my reach isn't that big, so I'm not going to say that, yes, it's going to change the world and stuff like that. But what I am going to lay out for you in this video is probably the most damning Hasan situation shiz of all time. I'm not gonna lie.
See, that's a big, heavy accusation there, Nux, my boy. But I mean, if anyone's going to do it, I guess you are. Because, Lord knows, I ain't got the time because I have to go to work, so.
To you, I think it's over, guys. I think it's over. Now, for those of you that have been keeping up with the lore, I made a playlist, the How Fucked is Hasan Piker playlist. This is a very important playlist to everyone that cares.
Very
Keeping
important.
track exactly of how fucked Hasan Piker is. I do deep dive analyses into his various controversies, shit he says, and terrorist organizations that he glazes so that no one else has to actually watch through and slog through that shit and also do the research. I am getting unanimous praise for the critically acclaimed How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise.
I was about to say, if you haven't seen it, it was on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw it. It was there. It was amazing. Critics 100%. The viewer score actually was a bit lower than 100% because, the Glazers. But, let's continue.
And we're jumping straight to 200% because it's over. It's literally over. This is going to be the most damning video ever. I don't think that people are going to react to it because I think it's going to be a little too intense.
See, that's where I come in. I'm retarded. Let's get to it. But also, I'm going to put on my conspiracy hat here for a second. It's at 200% now. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in, like, a couple days. 210. I would not be surprised if there's a 210. Let me tell you something. With the conspiracy hat on, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasan comes back from however long he's banned, right? Says something stupid yet again, and then people cover it, and then nothing happens again. Wouldn't be surprised. But only time will tell.
To be honest, I would love to see people react to it because holy schmiblets, it's going to be insane. But before we get into it, I want to show you one of the most glowing reviews I've gotten on the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise. And right now, I'm letting you know in advance, you might want to lock in for this one because this is the magnum opus of the franchise so far.
Hold on, I'm adjusting my nuts as I'm prepared to sit in my chair and lock the fuck in.
Until Hasan does something else completely insufferable. For those of you that don't know who he is, he basically supports 3 separate terrorist organizations, and that might not even be the most controversial thing he's done. So first, I want to show you a glowing review. All right, so this is Asmongold, little-known streamer. We love him, we support him, we respect him in this house. And I want to show you. I want to show you his review over YouTube's best franchise.
Yeah, and yeah, Hasan is under 60% cooked. That Nux Taku video shit. Like, I've seen some of those. It's like,
Yeah.
like what a fucking series.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
Did that
go.
you Whenever she said it on Kick, not Twitch.
that is what I am talking about, baby. Hasan is not 100% cooked, even though the fan art seems to think that he's only 100.
Hey, yo, that's actually crazy. Fan art is crazy. I love it. I love this. Should probably get this. Hold on. His comms are open. Hey, yo, we're probably gonna have to go back and say hello to this guy real quick. Oh, hold on.
100% cooked, but Hasan is 200% cooked. All right, bro is 200% cooked. By the way, Asmongold, if you're watching this right now, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you being a voice of reason on the internet. Very cool. I understand that you don't want to react to this shit because it's gonna go. This is gonna be fucking nuclear. This is like
Will it really,
the
though?
hydrogen bomb of fucking the Destructo videos. Not exaggerating, and you'll see. He did, in fact, just yesterday, you know, threaten to kill a senator, and this is not even going to be the depths of the insanity and depravity that we are going to see. All right, but before we get into this exactly, I want to make something clear.
Let's
Hasan
see.
made a tweet showing this article where the DOJ Anti-Semitism Task Force says, we will put Hamas supporters in jail for years. Now,
Oh, no.
let me make this clear. Hamas is a terrorist organization advocating constant...
To play devil's advocate, they are freedom fighters. Can't even say that with a straight fucking face. And you can't even see my face. It's fucking ridiculous, but...
killing all Jews, all Israelis, and all Americans. This is literally what they say they fucking do. So Hasan says, American First Party is threatening to put people in jail for hurting Israel's feelings. Lamau, fuck this country, man. We will be getting back to this in just a little bit. Don't you worry.
I was about to say, put a pin in... he's going to say it, but... Chat, put a pin in this. Put a comments below. Put a pin in this, because I guarantee you it will come back and be incredibly important.
Is what they call epic foreshadowing for the rest of the video. But quite literally, this is in fact putting America first. Quite literally arresting people that support terrorist organizations that want to kill Americans. I know this is pretty obvious shit. That is putting America first. Yes, quite literally. This is personal. Well, it's a little personal. Hamas literally killed a family member of mine on October 7th, which is maybe partially why I'm a little testy on the subject. Maybe. Sorry, trying to put a good spin on it. But they are the worst of the worst. Inhuman
Requiescat in pace.
monsters parading around dead children that they murdered to blasting music, okay? Unbelievable, ungodly, inhuman shit. All right?
True.
That's who these people are. Supporting terrorists, quite literally, yes, is bad. And America First Party threatening to put people in jail for, you know, supporting terrorists that want to kill Americans, and by the way, have killed Americans. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but there are multiple Americans that were murdered and captured by Hamas. But those guys, whatever, no, we don't need to
Actually, damn, well, shit, I didn't know that either.
look at that. So quite literally, this is literally America first. Let's make this clear for just a second. Now, to make things a little more interesting, Hasan is terrified because he actually is a supporter of these terrorist organizations. And as I am going to prove through this video, the critically acclaimed Hasan Piker is 200% fucked video. All right, critically acclaimed, beloved by hardened critics like Asmongold himself. What can I say, guys? I don't think Hasan is just, you know, free speech. He says things that people disagree with and it hurts their feelings. Because I'm a big free speech advocate. I think Hasan, not only does he endorse terrorism and sympathize with terrorists, not only do I think he radicalizes people into perhaps committing acts of terror, as we might see soon, but supporting terrorists on this insane degree is inciting violence in an insane way. So
there's that, but also what I'm thinking is, will they be? Let's say hypothetically, real quick, they end up getting him right, and they go through his clips. Are there any actual clips of him explicitly saying that he does, or just implying that he does? because I don't know if you, I don't know with an implication if you could be tried for that. Maybe you could. I don't look. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting to see if he does end up going to trial, whatever. You know, again, hypothetically, if he does end up going to trial, right, and the court ends up going through all of these videos, you best believe I will take off work to watch these, because that would be fucking amazing.
This is a clip from Hasan's stream 2 days ago. I'm gonna play this clip. I'm gonna play this clip so we can all make an opinion about it, and I am going to wrap this in such a nice bow. I don't want to call Hasan a terrorist because I don't want to get sued for fucking defamation or anything.
Fair.
I think, in my opinion, Hasan might be a terrorist, like by any fucking American definition of terrorist. All right, lock in. All right, you're gonna think, oh, bro, he's just a fucking Twitch streamer. There's no way. All right, well, Joe Rogan to the left here. Let's watch this clip. All right, let's make our opinion over this clip first.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
This is a senator that he's, by the way, saying to kill.
Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former
Of course, his chat's all cool with it. I'm okay with that, yeah.
governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't make him
Why not just stop the fraud?
a prominent part of the Republican Party.
Yeah, so that's the short clip. I'm sure that a lot of you are going to want context.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say a little bit.
There's no way Hasan said that if you cared about Medicaid, you would kill this man to his audience of millions of people. Yeah, there's no fucking way he would actually say that. So let's watch the full context, because I'm sure it makes it a lot better, guys. So let's watch the full context. All right, dude? Isn't this encouraging violence? This is encouraging violence against a senator of the United States of America. Again, I am building.
Look, as someone who doesn't like him either, I kind of want to play devil's advocate for just a second. There's not. I can't. There's not even really a way. I'm not even trying to defend it, but also at the same time, I'm just trying to think. The opposition could say he didn't explicitly say that you should. He just said that this is what would happen. This is what, well, no, because this is what should happen if you want. Damn. I'm practicing my mental gymnastics. If you couldn't tell, that's actually that one's difficult. That one's kind of like wrapped up right there. What kind of bow you have to put on this one? That's goddamn. It's pretty cut and dry. But let's watch the full context real quick.
Building this video, all right? These are the building blocks, the foundations of what you are about to fucking see.
I see.
All right? Let's watch the full context, because we don't want to take this man out of context, right? I feel like no one's as
it's like, yeah, no, we don't want to take him out of full context, you know. But that's a bad faith. That's bad faith.
Against the sound as I am, the Nux based arc is going crazy right now.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Bro?
Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard Lynn Scott is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the fucking head of the,
okay,
what was it, like the Senate
All right.
committee or something? Like the Republican fundraising initiatives.
Yeah. Big pause. Don't worry. He's going to say something in a few seconds.
The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Oh, now time to justify his take.
Is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
All right, so after saying we should kill a senator, he then decides to justify his take on why he should kill a senator. No, Hasan doesn't talk about me. He refers to me, but he doesn't talk about me. I'm Hasan's Voldemort, I think. Yeah, he hates Doge. Yeah, he hates Doge's oversight because America bad and Trump evil, but he would openly advocate for the murder of a senator to his audience of millions of people. He's, by the way, not been banned on Twitch for this. Hasan might be a terrorist for real.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. This was posted before he got banned, and well, surprise, surprise, I suppose. And I'm telling you, this, I can't pre-watch life like Nux pre-watches life. But again, if I had to think, he's gonna come back, he's gonna say something stupid, or say something even more egregious in the stream, and people are gonna report on it, and then nothing's going to happen. I'm assuming. So,
guys,
step one.
I'm just telling you guys. You're gonna see this is indeed 200% done. Oh! You know what's so much worse than an out of context clip or even an in context clip wishing for the death of a senator, pushing his audience to kill him? What if there was a pattern? What if you can very, very easily analyze the psyche this fucking guy's brain, and it turns out, lo and behold, this is just an ongoing ideology that Hasan in fact possesses. We will get to that. Don't worry. Sorry to titillate you, but this is a guy that said, quote, if you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? All right? That is not protected by freedom of speech. That is 100% an incitement of violence to a massive audience to murder an elected official, a senator of the United States. All right? How does it get worse? Don't worry. You'll see.
Someone's about to answer. How does it get worse?
On r/livestream fails, where they have all of the fucking, all the drama that all the different YouTubers get in.
Wasn't Hasan the homeboy that went to like Livestream Fails Discord or like talk to their mods or whatever and was like, stop posting clips about me because I keep getting dunked on or some shit like that, and they were kind of like, hey, yo, suck my dick and did anyway? I'm pretty sure that was him, right? That was him.
Into all the different YouTubers
get has nothing to do with it. I just thought it was funny.
Streamers get into drama, they get posted here on Livestream Fails. But anyway, this post suspiciously was removed because it was clickbait. All right, well, what was the title? Hasan dog whistling and calling for his chat to kill a sitting U.S. senator. Guys, that's not clickbait.
Yeah, that's not clickbait. That's exactly what happened.
That's literally what he said. It looks like clickbait because there's no fucking way a terrorist is actually streaming on Twitch. There's no actual way. Hasan Piker, largest leftist streamer who wants to go on a podcast with the governor of California, literally said to do this. But he literally said to do this. All right? This guy that's beloved by the community, I don't think that people like Trash Taste or anyone else that harbors this guy in their community, I don't think they realize he might fit definitions of terrorist by some people. Not saying that he is a terrorist, but I'm gonna make you come to that conclusion as we proceed. Anyway.
Before we go any further, would I call Hasan a terrorist? In my opinion, over the years we have seen multiple things that would lead one to believe that Hasan might possibly be a terrorist. Now, that's only in my opinion. See, I am not a lawyer. I am but a humble, simple nigga with a rocket launcher. But, in my opinion, if I were to have to say something like that, yeah, probably. More than likely, yeah.
He then responds. So he gets into a lot of controversy. You know what? I'll show you this first. Asmongold makes a video, an entire video covering this entire situation. First, he watches the videos where Hasan laughs at dead children paraded around by terrorist organizations. That is something I've already covered in the critically acclaimed Hasan is 140% fucked video. And then he reacts to this entire situation. I'm not going to do the entire thing, but here's some Cliffs Notes. This guy on Twitter put some Cliffs Notes of Asmongold's reaction, because Asmongold gives Hasan literally as much like wiggle room as he possibly can. All right? So look at...
Which I'm not going to lie, as someone who is an Asmongold enjoyer, I don't know why he did this. I mean, probably because he's big and doesn't want to get into like type of bullshit like this. I totally see that. But at the same time, my boy, it's kind of cut and dry. Like, what are you doing at this point, my guy? You don't have to do this anymore. Like,
the best faith possible, better faith than he even deserves. Best faith possible reaction to this shit. All right?
Advocating to kill an elected representative of the government is not good.
True.
No matter what.
Damn.
Right? I mean, there's not really...
Wow.
There's no other perspective to have.
No, there isn't. Unless you're a terrorist. Stay tuned for more.
It doesn't matter what the perspective is. Like, you can't say that. It's insane.
Or Medicaid fraud. You would kill Rick Scott. Okay.
What?
You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former
That's
governor.
crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
It completely, yeah.
I'm shocked, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not
can't-
shocked. You know why I'm not shocked? Because I recognize the pattern, which I will lay out for you here, so we will have no more of these shocking moments. I'm talking to my audience, who I love and appreciate immensely. I'm also talking to Asmongold. Big fan of the Hasan Piker is Fucked franchise. And by the way, Asmongold, hold on to your fucking horses, baby. Hold on, buddy. Oh! After this one, I don't think you're ever going to be able to see Hasan in the same light. The good faith responses you're going to give, they're going to get a lot more uncommon after this one.
Right out against Hasan. Everybody always gets mad at me for that, but I'm literally doing that right now. Like, the thing is that it's so obviously a call to violence.
Yeah, it is.
It's so obviously not something that you should say.
True.
You're obviously wrong for saying it.
Yes, 100%.
There's no justification at
Actually, it's 200%, but yes.
all to
No,
say
there
something
isn't.
like that.
Nope. But I love how one thing Asmongold does, and I appreciate him for this in general, he likes to take every situation and look at it as an individual situation, not as part of a greater whole. And I think it's really impressive that he could do that, right? Like, he could take someone that he likes and criticize certain things that they say, or he could take someone that he hates or respect things that they say, and I think that's a good thing. But when there's a fucking pattern that this guy might be what some definitions of terrorist would fall into, I'm just saying at some point, it's not just this is a bad statement. It might just be this is a bad guy. It might just be Hasan is fucking evil.
In any capacity.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, what do you think it would take for Asmongold to be like, yeah, hey, 100%, this guy's actually chalk, no more wiggle room, never, not going to say anything like that, because like he has displayed a pattern over many a years saying stuff like this, and at this point it's just inexcusable. You know what I mean? Like, what are we thinking? What do you think he'd have to say?
Like, that's it. Context matters. I don't see where the context for this would
Well, I showed you the whole context. It's worse. It's literally worse.
matter or make a difference. Yeah, he was addressing the U.S. government. What one could say means death penalty. Well, I don't know about
He wasn't. He said anyone that cares about fraud would kill Rick Scott. All right, quote. That's what the guy fucking said.
that.
He's not even sneaky about it. He's not even like in Minecraft, allegedly, in my opinion. I mean death penalty. I mean tried and hung, not just hung. No, he straight up says it.
How is it a call for violence? It's a joke.
When you make it,
That's a joke. That's a joke. I mean, as someone who consumes a lot of comedy, there was no setup and there was no punchline. It was just a straight bang statement at that point. I mean, okay. I mean, and that's how you want to see it. That's how you want to see it. I just don't think the law is going to see it that way.
a joke that you can't tell is a joke to hundreds of thousands of people, then it's not a joke. If I say you should kill somebody, all right, and then someone that hears me do it, hears me say that, goes and kills the guy because I incited them to that violence, and I say, I was kidding, bro, it's still an incitement of violence. And I didn't personally think it was very funny, especially when he doubled down.
It's a joke.
True.
Right.
Yeah, like,
How is it a call for violence? The guy said if anyone cares about Medicaid fraud, they would kill Rick Scott. By the way, I'm going to put this in more context because do you know someone else who was in the Medicaid adjacent healthcare industry that was murdered? Can you think of anyone else that was kind of in this similar vibe? Someone that was murdered that was...
Anyone? Anyone? Put it down in the comments. Anyone? Can anyone figure out who you're talking about?
You know, somewhere in the healthcare industry? Is it possible that it was the healthcare CEO that was murdered by Luigi Mangione?
No,
The guy
couldn't have
that
been
every
him.
single time he goes to a court trial, Hasan dresses like him because he actively supports the guy that allegedly murdered someone. Is that possible, guys? Is it a
Maybe.
coincidence? What do you think, guys?
Maybe.
What do you think,
Maybe.
guys? Again, I think that healthcare CEO is a disgusting human being, a disgusting monster, and I don't miss him. All right? I'll be real here. However, just going outside and fucking committing an act of terror, murdering someone in broad daylight because you personally disagree with them for whatever reason, without actual court, I'm not gonna lie, that's fucking gross. You're gonna tell me that this isn't a cosplay, that every single time this guy shows up in court, Hasan, that same day, wears his same exact clothes? Is he not? And aside from directly supporting him in his shit, he actively supports him. I think, personally, my opinion, this is my analysis, Hasan 100% supports and respects the fact that this guy allegedly murdered a healthcare CEO in cold blood because Hasan believes in terroristic justice, or his warped version of justice. In my opinion, that is something he fully, wholeheartedly condones. So when he has a clip where he says someone should kill Rick Scott because he's in healthcare fraud, I don't think it's a joke, brother. I think Hamas Piker might actually be a little more serious than you might think.
See, he's gonna say he's more serious, and he's going to cover it up with vigilante justice. He's going to do what Luffy he did what Luffy would do. His words.
By the way, I'm just letting you know, I am going to pull you through an entire fucking timeline of this shit. All right? Now, Asmongold then watches the full context, makes it look worse, which it does. I already watched it. And then Asmongold says that Twitch doesn't punish Hasan and Hasan's squad's behavior because they agree with them. And I think this is true also, because,
as we know, he was banned. Still believe 100%, in my opinion, that they also do agree with what he said, and that's why they only gave him I think it was like a 3-day ban, something like that.
as we know, Hasan was never banned for any of his disgusting anti-Semitic shit, which I've covered in the previous videos in this beloved franchise. And then it turned out that Twitch themselves banned the IP of Israel for over a year. And also, the Trust and Safety team is literally in Egypt, a place that's 95% anti-Semitic. So...
And also, like, I mean, this is, again, like, kind of illegal to begin with, right? Twitch agrees? Well, Twitch doesn't care. That's the problem.
Yeah,
is that
it's against every possible Twitch terms of service. Bro, inciting violence to murder a senator? What the fuck? What kind of twisted fuck would do that shit? I mean, unless they're a terrorist.
Twitch doesn't care, and I think that the reason that Twitch doesn't care, this is my perspective, and I know this might be a hot take or whatever, but my perspective is that Twitch doesn't care because Twitch agrees with it. I think that Twitch likes this, like the people that work at Twitch and they work at the, the leadership team, they like this brand of extremism, and that's why they're basically endorsing it by ignoring it.
Oh, that's a good take.
It was funny. I was thinking that my damn self, and then as I was chilling in my truck going from stop to stop, because, I'm a pest control expert, I saw this show. Actually, Willie Mack reposted it, which was nice to see. So I still don't want to say they care, because they only gave him like a 3-day ban, because I feel like if literally anyone else did that, they would be perma-banned. But I feel like they begrudgingly did it, because at this point, I mean, wow, this is hot. I mean, everything else he's done was also pretty hot. But this right here, this is Will Smith YouTube Rewind. Ah, that's hot. So,
I mean, Asmongold said one thing that was anti-Palestine. He got banned for 2 weeks. Hasan has literally been breaking every terms of service on the fucking planet in regards to Jews, and somehow he's still there. Damn, that's pretty weird, isn't it? Damn. I see why Trash Taste gets a lot of dislikes. Oh, well, to be honest, Trash Taste and I have like an overlap in our audiences. And I think anyone that actually watches my videos that doesn't actually appreciate Hasan, I think I've made it pretty airtight as far as my reasoning to why Hasan is fucking evil.
And I find it to be, and the problem is that I think in doing so, they're actually damaging their cause and they're alienating a lot of people. But only one way? Yeah, no doubt. Then why don't they ban you for doing the opposite? Oh, wait, they did? Yeah, they did. And by the way, when I got banned, I said I deserved it. That's fine, right? I went too far. That's okay. People make mistakes. The issue is that
Hasan doesn't make mistakes. I think you're wrong.
When mistakes are only punished one-dimensionally,
Hasan doesn't make mistakes. I think that's where a lot of this this difference in opinion between me and Asmongold comes from. I don't think Hasan makes any mistakes. I think everything he says fits perfectly in line with his actual values. I think him saying that if anyone cared about Medicaid fraud, they would kill Rick Scott over here. I think him saying that, direct incitement of violence against the senator, I think it fits perfectly with his values of murdering people that you think subjectively are bad guys. I think that's why he stands in solidarity with a guy who allegedly murdered a healthcare CEO in broad daylight and cosplays like him every single fucking time. I'll be real. I think this fits perfectly in the pattern of Hasan's perspective. And
also, something else that I feel like everyone should know, I feel like we all kind of know, he doesn't think he's ever done or said anything wrong. So all of this stuff that comes out about him, where everyone's shitting on him, it's not that he won't take criticism, it's that he is physically incapable because he doesn't think what he's doing is wrong. Which also, I wouldn't be surprised, again, hypothetically, if he ends up going to trial, I would not be surprised if his lawyer tried to say, or to claim insanity. Because how is that not insane? How, and through the rest of this, we'll see. And if I remember, I'll try to point out other things that would be like, yeah, this is insane. This is just downright insane. And the 140% fucked video when Nux did that, watching what he watched and then responding the way he did, does that not seem like psychopathic behavior? Does it not? Laughing, just being like, yeah, whatever. Because at one point you can say he's just wrong. But at one point, it's just like how it stops being just wrong and being there's actually something mentally wrong with this person, and that is the reason he is saying this. But that's just an opinion of mine.
I think he is directly teaching his audience and indoctrinating them into this way of thinking. Now, let me show you another cool tweet of Hasan before we watch his response. This is a tweet that Hasan made a while ago. This is Tom Cotton. I'm pretty sure he's a congressman or something. And he says that he encourages people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic, take matters in your own hands, get them out of the way, put an end to this nonsense. Hasan tweets this. This is a homemade shotgun that was made to kill the Japanese politician Shinzo Abe. This is, in my opinion, directly inciting violence. This is the schematics for making a
Funny how I just said what I said and then this showed up. Right? Like we all think that probably inciting violence, doing things like this. This seems like it would be insane, correct?
Homemade shotgun to murder this Tom Cotton guy. And I'll be honest, there is no other way to interpret this. There is no possible other interpretation. Now, guess what, guys? Did Hasan ever apologize for this because he made a mistake? His finger slipped. He made a crazy tweet. Did anyone apologize? Do you think he said, "Wow, I went too far. I crashed out"? How is it legal to post shit like this? It's not. It's direct incitement of violence. Posting the schematics of a homemade shotgun to murder a politician. Yeah, no, absolutely not. That is illegal. Now I hope you're gonna be ready, guys. It's because he actually doesn't regret this. This is where Asmongold is wrong. Hasan does not make mistakes. Every single one of these fully follows Hasan's ideology 100% of the way. He literally believes in this. He skirts the terms of service in ways that he can go as far as he can without actually getting fired. He does, in my opinion, condone this exact shit. Anyway, this is Hasan's response. This is Hasan's response to the clip where he said,
"Everyone prepare to watch and listen. Really, really listen to what he says and how it has almost nothing to do with what exactly is being said here, or what he's being accused of or shit on for. That's usually what he does."
That where he threatened to murder, he basically incited violence against the senator. This was his response, guys. Are you ready?
The new meta is trying to get you banned for being mean to Rick Scott.
I'm not trying to get him banned. I want everyone to know that he could be considered a terrorist, like an actual one. True. Not just like someone that likes terrorists or thinks they're edgy or cool. No. This is like a nail in the coffin video, in my opinion.
I wasn't even like being directly mean to Rick Scott.
Really? When you said that if anyone cared about Medicaid, they should kill him to your audience of millions. This guy has millions of followers on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. Millions. And he says if anyone cares, they'd kill him. All right?
What I was saying was like, if the Republican Party truly cared about like monitoring medical bankruptcy, they would literally apply the capital punishment. Like if they did.
I feel like if that's what you meant, you wouldn't have doubled down when you said it the first time. You know what I'm saying? But also, that's not what you said. That's just not what you said. So what you see here, if that is exactly what you meant, what you could have done is that, yeah, what I said was probably a little too spicy. Probably shouldn't have said it like that. That's an incitement of violence. That's against TOS. I should not have said that. I apologize. But they should, if they do care about Medicaid fraud, the Republicans should apply the capital punishment. See, that's what it would have made more sense. But something's telling me that's not what you're going to say.
They don't.
Oh, when he said if anyone cared, he was talking about the Republican Party. And when they said if anyone cared they would kill him, they meant they would apply a capital punishment. Oh, no.
Sure.
And
No.
I mean, he is a world-class Medicare fraud guy. So you can cry about it all day, every day. You can cry about it, try to get me banned for it. Maybe I will get banned for it. Who knows? But it's not going to change the dynamic or the reality. Not going to change what's going on.
Because it turns out, guys, because he actually believes in what he says. This is him covering it up,
Insane,
guys.
right?
This is literally him covering it up. His cover-up is not better, but also this is literally him covering it up. I want you to be aware of that.
Same people crying about free speech in the UK? Yeah.
Free speech, guys! Free
Yeah.
speech! I should be protected by free speech, am I right? Hasan wants to be
Okay,
protected
then.
by free speech when he directly incites violence to murder a senator? What are you fucking talking about? This is the guy that wanted Trump in jail for quote-unquote doing an insurrection on January 6th. What the fuck did he do on January 6th? He didn't say anything even close to as direct as what this guy does on Twitch on a daily basis.
And in fact, it took him like 3 hours to say anything. And then when he did, he only put it on Twitter.
Not even close.
I can't believe we're being mean to billionaire Voldemort Rick Scott, who is responsible.
Being mean. I love how
That's
he
crazy.
rephrases things in ways that it's a complete other situation. I love that shit. That's insane. Bro, being mean. Being mean is very different than saying that anyone that cares should kill him.
For the deaths of thousands and the largest. Him and X were crying about it. Yeah, they can suck my entire dick from the back. That's what I think. Okay.
Nice.
Asman said directed.
Yeah, see, at this point, hold on, let me do all that. See, now it seems like at this point, might be a triple down. What are we thinking? Is it a triple down? Because obviously you don't seem to care about what you said. You're saying what you meant to say, even though that isn't what you said. Also, you didn't apologize for what you said. And you're trying to rewrite history like that Houthi terrorist you had on your stream. Okay then. I don't think that's going to hold up in court, but okay then. If it goes to court.
That Israel sucks, which is good to hear from him. Oh man, great. Yeah, dude. Rick Scott oversaw the largest Medicare fraud in the nation's history.
I love how he keeps showing this shit like it changes literally anything. Yes, I'm not defending Rick Scott. Literally not defending Rick Scott. I'm just, I have a very nuanced take. A lot of people don't agree with me, which is why I don't think this video will necessarily resonate with Hasan fans, but I personally am actually anti-terrorism, and I think murdering people that you think subject...
Hold on. Anti-terrorism? That's crazy. Who would have thought in 2025 being anti-terrorist is, good, insane, or bad, or whatever it is. Whatever side you seem to be on. I, as well, interestingly enough, it's almost like he picked the words, it's almost like Nux picked the words out of my brain and said exactly what I was thinking, because terrorism is bad on every front, no matter where it comes from and no matter who does it. Right? Unless you're him. Unless you're Hasan. Or anyone who follows him.
Are bad guys. Personally,
Crazy.
I don't think that is how any form of fucking governing body or system could work. Maybe that's why he supports Hamas, because they literally just murder and rape anyone, no matter what, as long as they think they're bad guys. Maybe it's almost like he condones that shit. Maybe he condones terrorists raping and murdering people because he subjectively thinks they're bad.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Defend that, Asmongold.
He's such a fucking bad faith arguer. Asmongold's not defending Rick Scott. Asmongold said, you can't fucking commit acts of terrorism by calling for the deaths of senators. He's such a fucking bad faith bitch. And he doesn't even watch the criticism. So he could just warp the conversation. And look at his audience.
Oh yeah, if you didn't know, that is exactly what he does. He's not going to watch the criticism, and then he's going to rewrite what happened, and then he's going to argue as if that is what actually happened, which is insane. And I don't know if Nexus said it, and I don't know if anyone else has said it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it goes without saying, he cannot. That's the thing. He cannot defend his position. Because if he does, he's going to he's already backed himself into a corner, and then now he has to fight out from that corner. That's just not how that works. But, whatever, I guess.
It's wholly based that he said that you can kill him. Wholly based that we could kill him, guys.
But yeah, also saying that Israel sucks is the lowest of bars, dude. What are we talking about?
Don't worry, guys. We're going to get back to that. That's okay. Now, Hasan, as I've already showed you, has multiple times called for the deaths of people that he personally, subjectively thinks are bad guys for whatever.
And remember, this is all like in this year, 2024, 2025. It's only like right now. If we went any further back, there's probably stuff that we could dig up that we forgot people have already said. That's how far this goes.
Whatever reason. Now, I might even agree with Hasan that some people are actually bad guys. Hasan is 200% seething. Oh, Hasan is going to be very much seething. He's not going to mention me by name, of course, because I'm Blue Voldemort over here. But this is another clip of Hasan. I pulled up some good ones.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to paint a picture to who he is.
This is an older one.
Hasan doesn't make mistakes when he calls for violence on people. Hasan wants violence on people. Okay? This is an old clip, but I think it's appropriate. It's not that old.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry.
This is a video where he basically he's pretty anti-landlord. He is talking about the nebulous concept of landlords. Yeah. Landlord, you know, there's billions of landlords. Yeah, so this is, yeah.
Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Oh my god, in a video game, of course.
NFL
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. Sorry. I meant in a video game.
Yeah, so the...
Yeah, I was about to say, homeboy spazzed out there just a little bit. Let the mask slip a little bit. He almost lost his cool there.
Video game excuse is in a video game, so now I only said kill him in a video game, so obviously lamau. But this isn't just commie talking points. I think it's more. I think it's actually actively showing a pattern that Hasan completely supports, condones, and is willing to incite violence against people that he subjectively thinks are bad guys. Whether it's making a handmade, homemade shotgun to murder a governor or whatever, or a congressman, or it's to kill some guy a senator who's done fraud in Medicaid, or it's letting the streets soak in the red capitalist blood of landlords because he's a communist fuck. Now, all of these things, I think...
champagne socialist, but also I feel like it's kind of interesting that someone who is in a very privileged and rich and well-off position to say something like that. Brother, when you say eat the rich, you are the rich. So, like, I mean, this is also, I feel like, lends credence to what I was saying, is that he's just mentally insane. He's just psychopathic. He's whatever word you could use. It just doesn't make sense. He is actively arguing against something that he is. Yeah, he's not a landlord, but he's rich. And doesn't like rich people. It's perfectly okay when rich people die. He's rich, though. Seems a little odd. Seems a little odd to me.
Think have a lot in common personally, but I am going to show you more, because not just do I think it's important to recognize patterns when it comes to people. I think it's important to understand people and not necessarily look at every instance of him skirting around the terms of service of different platforms in order to say things in ways that doesn't get him banned. No. Oh, no. So this is a clip. Everyone knows this one. This kind of put us on the radar. This is Dan Crenshaw, a congressman. That was a veteran. He was in the military. I don't really like him very much, but that's really not the point at all. So I want to show you this clip. This is a pretty famous clip. It's basically the clip that made Hasan's career.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not.
So that's the famous Hasan clip, you know, where he legendarily said that America deserved 9/11. This is what a lot of people A lot of people know this clip. Hasan is known as the America Deserved 9/11 guy. He likes to do his best to reframe this in different ways that it actually doesn't sound as bad as it is. But unfortunately, there's no way you could possibly reframe it that makes it normal. I just think it's so old, and people look at this as like such an ancient Hasan clip that he's been, crucified for online so many times. People don't really feel like this is an important thing to actually talk about, right? I think this is the moment most sane people started actually hating him. And I think this is a moment that a lot of people say it's not worth talking about because it happened so long ago. When it comes to patterns, though, and when it comes to the fact that this is the same shit he's advocating for right now, because he said also, quote, January 6th, right, the Trump alleged insurrection situation in 2020 or 2021, whatever, that January 6th, he says January 6th is 100 times worse than 9/11. He consistently uses this as a talk, and
I forgot he said that. Yeah, there's a bunch. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of stuff that would include, that would show that there's a pattern, that there's something mentally wrong with that fellow over here.
I covered that in the Hasan is 100% fuck franchise. Definitely check it out. But he fully stands by this shit. I want people to be aware that when he said America deserved 9/11, he realized how completely unhinged and insufferable that sounded. I don't think he disagrees, but I do think he actually recognized that one's too far. So anyway, let's keep going, because somehow this clip doesn't get better.
They're doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
In a video
and
game.
equipping and enhancing
Oh,
our
In
capabilities.
a video game.
So
Glad you
that's
said
part
that.
of what
Glad
we're
you said
doing.
that.
And the other part is just knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like,
If
we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we fucking did, man. We did. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Look at the way.
Anyway, and then the next clip after this, which isn't part of this one clip, he then says that he hopes that the terrorist that shot out Dan Crenshaw's eye also fucked his eye hole. That is the next clip right after this. But anyway, I don't think that's super relevant for today, except, oh wait, he supports...
Well, it might not be relevant for you, but also relevant for me, ever so slightly. I'm telling you, that does, again, psychopath. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing the pattern here? I really hope we are.
terrorists. So yeah, actually it turns out this actually does very much fit the thesis of this video. It fits the theme. Now, I showed you a lot of clips of him basically saying that different terrorist attacks, different obvious and violent situations are he basically gives them passes. Not only does he give them passes, but he thinks that America deserved 9/11 the same way he thinks that Israel deserved October 7th, which was the biggest terrorist attack since 9/11. And he keeps in the world, and he'll keep finding ways to justify all these different things. You will notice that he will continually incite violence against people that he personally subjectively disagrees with, which is something that terrorists do in general. Yep. He will sit in solidarity with murderers. Now, this is a clip that I think is very telling as to what goes on in the mind of Hasan Piker. And I want to paint this guy as not just somebody that supports terrorists in the Middle East, because we know he does. As I've already covered extensively on the Hasan Piker's 100+% fuck franchise, Hasan absolutely supports Hamas, Hezbollah, who by the way killed 500,000 people in Syria, all right? He killed 500,000 people in, not this Hasan, but Hezbollah caused the deaths of 500,000 people in Syria, but he still supports them because they're anti-Israel. And he also supports the Houthis, right? 3 separate terrorist groups in the Middle East that all want to kill Israel, Jews, and Americans. He supports all of them. I've already covered all of that. But now, I want to show you why he supports all of that.
Now, before we get into this, when he plays the clip, try to forget for a second that this is Hasan, right? Just try to forget for a second that this is Hasan, right? And then what I want you to do is just picture you found someone just randomly on the street, all right? And then listen to what he said, and then if that person that you found on the street said what he said, would you consider that person mentally sane? I'd go as far as to say, no.
I want to show you his mindset, because he doesn't just support terrorist attacks that happen across the world. He might even support he might even support terrorist attacks that happen at home. Because this is Hasan's perspective on politics.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
So basically, his analysis, Hasan's analysis over here, is that every time a terrorist attack happens, look at who America supports and then support the other side. America bad is literally his entire fucking situation.
Doesn't that sound weird? Doesn't that sound a little odd to you? Sounds a little odd to me. Sounds a little odd to anyone who doesn't like terrorism. I feel like it's that simple. But what do I know?
America bad is how this guy literally lives. And if America is bad, and just America generically bad, to the point that anyone that America supports against terrorists must be the bad guy, then maybe he supports acts of terrorism against basic Americans, or American values, or democracies. I don't know, that's pretty weird. That's definitely a little odd. Now, I wanted to show this to you again. I wanted to bring this back. This is how I started the video. Putting Hamas supporters in jail, which obviously he's scared of because he's a Hamas supporter. He doesn't want to end up in prison. However, Lamau fuck this country, man, is a sentiment that you will see not once, not twice, but billions of times. America is bad. There's a mountain of evidence as to why. We live in a world where the U.S. is a hegemonic power. It takes tremendous amounts of violence and coercion to get there and keep that power. You think that's good. I think that's bad, and America should change its ways. Generic Hamas piker, America is bad tweet. I'll be fully honest, Hasan, I think you should leave America. I mean, you're in America.
Willie Maxwell, he said the thing. Bart, say the thing. He said the thing. America is bad.
You made all your fucking money in America. You made your money off capitalism, literally working for fucking Amazon, the most capitalistic company in the fucking world. Yep. If America's so bad, move to fucking Gaza, bro. They'll take you.
I'm not gonna lie, if America's so bad and capitalism is so bad, give away all your money. I mean, you don't like it, right? Like, you don't like how you got all this money. You use the system to make the money that you have. And now you're saying, well, I mean, you were saying since, how long ago was it when you started streaming? Either way. You've been saying it ever since then, that America's bad. May as probably get rid of all your shit.
All right? Move anywhere. Go to Syria. All right? Go to Lebanon. Cozy up
China.
With Hezbollah. Maybe they'll take you, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should go to China. He really likes China.
Leave. Fucking get out of here, bro. Why are you in America? No one wants you here. No one wants you here. With all due respect, go away. Generic America bad, but also made his money through America, living in America. That's not it. That's not it. Literally not it. So, this is the generic, fuck this country, man. The generic America is bad. The generic foreign policy opinion that anything America supports is obviously the bad side in history. I'm going to show you some clips that I think tell a very good story onto how he sees Americans. All right. So this is a clip, and we're going to be definitely talking about the Israel situation on October 7th, because that was one of the most unbelievable tragedies that I've seen in my lifetime. Literally, unbelievably, unfathomably horrible. So now I want to make something clear before we actually get into just endless amounts of rape denial and disgusting shit from this man because he supports terrorists. I want to tell you something.
He did that too, yeah.
There are many websites on the internet where you could see GoPro footage uploaded by the Hamas terrorists. I'm not telling you to look at them because they will ruin you for life, okay? In fact, Hamas.com is a place where actual GoPro footage of Hamas terrorists is uploaded. Don't go there. I'm just telling you it exists.
Jesus.
Because a lot of people feel like they need proof that it exists. So that is just a website of literal footage filmed by the terrorists, all right? Literally fucking shit filmed by the terrorists. In those videos, there are videos of murder and rape and every atrocity you could think of. He still denies it. He still denies it to this day, even though the United Nations says it happened. So I just
hold on. The United Nations is bad for some reason, apparently, in his eyes.
that out there as a foundation, so I don't need to debunk every individual fucking one of his takes. But it's not even about his anti-Israel takes, because a lot of people don't really care about his anti-Israel takes necessarily, because somehow it's accepted in the West to support terrorists as long as you have a flag and a rainbow-colored banner behind you. However, I want you to pay more attention closely to what he actually says in this clip, because I think if you actually listen to what he says, it's a lot more dangerous than just the sentiments that he tries to get across.
America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel. It doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity. It doesn't matter.
So he's defending terrorists murdering civilians.
Doesn't matter if rapes happen on a...
Israel isn't America? True. But he just said that America is the top terrorist organization and Israel is also a terrorist organization. That was what his argument was. Everything that's happening to Israel right now is something that he kind of sort of condones to happen in America. I'm just trying to understand.
October 7, like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
Right. So rapes that happen on October 7th doesn't change the dynamic, Tim, for this one.
Again, see, like I've said it, I feel like 4 times, 5th time, maybe 3rd time, whatever, or maybe 4th time. Psychopath, right? That's what we're getting from this guy, right? Like, there's no other way of putting it. In the loony bin, a sanitarium, anything like that. Just away from the internet, maybe, even.
America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel.
All right, so again, we're trying to put this clear. He is defending rapes against innocent women, civilians, living in their own home, where terrorists...
Well, see, defending that kind of stuff, the defenseless women, that's just because he's a male feminist. That's just what they do. Remember that.
Walk in and murder them and rape them. All right, he is defending that because Israel is a terrorist state, according to this fucking retard, and so is America. Again, not trying to draw any comparisons here, not trying to say that these are things that he supports. It's important to keep this one in mind, because there's another clip that's eerily similar to this. Didn't they rape children as well? Apparently. And they murdered children. They paraded around their corpses, and he laughed at their corpses. But don't worry, guys. So a lot of people remember this collab between these two guys because Hasan showed him.
I feel so bad for this guy because he had no idea. He just like sat down and was like, "All right, so what are we doing?" And then shows him actual propaganda, dude.
Terrorist music videos while he walked away and just let the actual music videos. Terrorist propaganda videos. He literally showed him terrorist propaganda videos without commentary. This is Hasan Nasrallah, in case you're curious. This guy is a monster. He's dead. May he rot in hell. This guy murdered, not only was the head of Hezbollah shooting missiles into Israeli citizen cities just generically, but he also caused the deaths of 500,000 people in Syria. Actual terrorist fuck. Hasan supports him in many videos, as I've already covered, but this isn't really about Hasan supporting terrorism. We all already know that Hasan supports terrorism if you're keeping up to date with this series. I think it's much more than that.
In a nicer way to put it, if you want to put it in a nicer way, you can say like, oh, it's a way for...
He's trying to describe what Zionism is, all right? This is his clip trying to explain to this guy what Zionism means. I bet you haven't seen this clip before. So lock in.
Jews to have self-determination and sovereignty.
So can we as the black delegation claim Michigan and kick everyone else out?
I think people have tried that.
Why?
Not for Michigan specifically, but well, America is like Zionism, but for white people.
Okay.
But whiteness all.
Did you catch that, guys? Did he catch how his So Hasan thinks that all Israelis deserve death because he fucking supports terrorists murdering innocent Israelis. He also thinks that America is just Zionism for white people. So white people in America are basically the Zionist equivalent in America. Now, again, he thinks that Israelis are all valid military targets, even babies. Okay? What does that say for Americans? I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I mean, I've seen multiple clips of him, inciting violence against random American people that he personally disagrees with. But I'm just wondering how far this goes.
Also is not as like...
How does he see Americans? I mean, he says you can't be racist against white people. Maybe he sees all Americans as settlers. Interesting. Wouldn't that fit his worldview?
Like hardlined and as defined as like as Judaism is as an ethno-religion. So whiteness can expand usually. We also did it in Liberia too, but that's besides the point. I don't want to get into that.
Got it. But
yeah, he tries to change the conversation away because he realizes that a little too much of Hasan's honest opinions might have accidentally snuck out there. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy how a little bit of his opinion snuck out. He's saying that America is Zionism for white people. That's an interesting take.
Very insane take, Express.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. It's almost like we are actually building to a crescendo in this drama. He made 5 videos about Elon Musk, that Elon Musk made a Nazi salute. He made 5 videos about him, which is pretty crazy. Now, the funny thing is, Hasan supports the Houthi terrorists that also do Nazi salutes. They do Nazi salutes because they want to kill Jews. All right, that's why they do Nazi salutes. Elon Musk hit the wrong emote button and did a Fortnite emote that definitely was a little wild out there, 100%.
There's that, but also I feel like people don't understand. He's like severely autistic, like severely, bro.
Hasan made 5 videos about Elon Musk. Elon's defense is, apparently I'm a Zionist and a Nazi because he supports Israel, and they're calling him a Nazi for making that salute. And Hasan says, yes, you are a Zionist Nazi. Now, I always find it weird to call Jews Nazis. I feel like it kind of absolutely destroys the meaning of Nazi in every possible way, calling Jews Nazis.
One second, I kind of wasn't Hasan one of the creators that inspired the shooting in Nashville? Was he? Was that something that was said? Like, look, I don't know. It's just someone on Twitter said it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, I'm Jewish and I'm called a Nazi by the Hasan adjacent audience all the time, so you kind of get used to it, as crazy as that is. Hasan says that Zionism and Nazism has a lot of overlap. In fact, he basically says that Zionism is Nazism. He says that in multiple videos.
Jesus.
He also says that America is Zionism for white people. How do you think he views your average white guy in America? How do you think he views Nazis? What do you think he would say to his audience in regards to killing these people if they don't agree with his perspective? What's Zionism? Zionism is basically it's a Jewish movement that says that they have a right to a homeland or something. Like, it's obviously more complicated than that. There are multiple definitions, but that's the basic gist of it. So anyway, let's see what Hasan has to say about white women getting raped. I don't even know.
This one was I remember hearing about that and I was like, oh, he's banned, and then completely forgot about him after that because like this is just insane.
There's a fucking clip like this, but there is.
Henry College is like doing one good thing, which is that like if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking.
Oh, he supports rape.
How in any way? Oh shit! How in any way is that a thing? What are we talking about? I just keep going back. Damn. I gotta get another mouse. I gotta get another mouse. If I tap my mouse in the wrong way, that's what happens. And it's actually kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Which is that like if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking.
Oh, he supports rape against white women because at least it's not raping other women. Oh, it's an interesting take.
Taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop saying it because like after this, I mean, come on now. How in any way, shape, or form? How in any way, shape, or form is this not psychopathic a thing to say?
Stating that it's a good thing that date rape is happening. I'm saying that date rape, Henry College.
Yeah, so basically his argument is, well, it's a good thing that the white women are getting raped because then if they wouldn't get raped, then maybe other people would get raped. That's kind of crazy. You haven't seen this clip? Don't worry, because when it comes to people that he doesn't like getting raped, he's actually pretty cool with it. Here is a clip of Hasan denying rapes that happened on October 7th, even though there is literal footage filmed by the terrorists of it happening.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, The Palestinian resistance.
The terrorists.
resistance.
That's who he's talking about. Or what about this clip where he, what does he do in this clip? Oh, that's right. He denies rape.
Let me explain something. Sexual assaults are a routine part of atrocities during war. It can happen, and it has happened.
I love how Hasan does this all the time. He's like, when Israel fights, it's a genocide. When the Palestinian, he's talking about Hamas. When terrorists fight, that's just war. Do you see the obvious double standard?
Time and time again, which is why.
So did it happen?
There is a likelihood
That's fucked
that
up.
it could have happened on October 7th.
There's a likelihood. There's a likelihood. I mean, why believe the UN, right? Why believe the fucking video footage that they filmed? Yeah, why film? Why believe that?
This is a position that I've maintained since October 7th. There were plenty of.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem, that you maintain this after everyone just about everywhere has said that has happened. And not too well, no, it was probably a while ago because it was October 7th, but at the time one of his cock sleeves came out and said that this didn't happen, and then literally had to edit out the footage of I think it was like the next person that they brought up to say that it did happen because it happened to her. Wow.
Atrocities that occurred on October 7th, okay, that are akin to acts of terror.
Akin. He didn't even call them acts of terror. He didn't even call them acts of terror. The biggest terrorist attack in the world since fucking 9/11. He doesn't even call a terrorist attack. It's just akin in some ways. Don't worry, guys. Keeps going. Because he also, in this clip, denies rape.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did fucking Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Again, there's footage of this shit. There's literally footage of this shit. They showed it at the UN. There are websites of this fucking despicable, abhorrent, life-destroying shit.
Like, there is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7th, not a single bit of that has been verified.
It has been verified by the UN and by actual video footage.
And people still run with it over and over and over again. Meanwhile, we know Israel has done it. What rapes?
Unbelievable.
See, psychopath. There you go. Said it again. Don't want to hard to go next.
Unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable, the double standard. All right, what about this clip?
Her Democrat says she's undecided because of concerns about anti-Semitism. Beth?
Yes!
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Beth.
You for remembering we need to bring the hostages home. Of course. The rise of anti-Semitism and...
All right, that's pretty hilarious, right? Let's laugh at the hostages. You know, the babies that Hamas murdered? You know, the people that Hamas raped daily in tunnels under fucking Gaza? Pretty hilarious. Now, again, I'm not trying to show you all these clips. Here's another clip of him denying rape literally the day after it happened, you know?
I saw on the news today, a guy who lives in Gaza said that Israelis are raping Palestinian women. Yes. Israelis raping Palestinian women is a well-documented part of Israelis' apartheid apparatus.
No evidence for that.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
True. No, it doesn't have that one.
Back it up with a source.
That
Source,
part
I
is
made
not,
it the fuck up.
That part, of course, comes with the territory of humiliation, subjugation, and that part is real. It's just you will never hear about it from those people who are now running with the narrative that like Hamas actually went into Israel.
He denies the day after October. This is October 9th. This is 2 days after October 7th. And he fucking denies that Hamas went into Israel. What the fuck?
I like the video source.
Fuck? Like, this isn't just terrorist supporting. This is like actually rewriting history.
Bro loves, you know, as long as it's committed against his self-proclaimed oppressors. Yeah. And it's crazy because he has female friends. Like, I'm telling you, if there is a single woman watching this, think to yourself, if you had a male friend, hell, even if it was your father, your brother, your uncle, your nephew, whatever, this is what they're okay with. Are you gonna be around them? I don't think you would.
To literally paint terrorists as like heroes, like can we even get this into our head? It's a 2-minute clip. You get the fucking idea. I pulled all this shit up because I'm trying to make a really big point here. He's 200% fucked, and I'm really trying to make a point here for a reason. Okay, I'm trying to make this point for a reason. Literally, And we're getting to that very, very soon. I'm really, really making a point. Okay. All right. So this is Hasan banning a chatter for asking him a question.
Why did you ban him, though? What a fucking stupid question. You get banned as well. What do you mean, why did you ban him, though? That person is a Nazi, okay? If you are...
It's a Nazi. Why is he a Nazi? What did he say that made made Hasan think he's a Nazi?
In defense of Israel, if you're in defense of Zionism at this stage, you are no different to me than a fucking Nazi, okay?
All right, so according to him, Zionists and Nazis, 1-to-1. Again, this falls very in line with the Hasan's strategies until now, right? Elon Musk is apparently a Zionist and a Nazi. Yes. Yeah. Nothing like Jews and Nazis. What's more similar than Jews and Nazis, according to Hasan? I mean, he actually fucking hates Jews, I think. I mean, I don't know how else you're going to fucking frame it. So here's again.
Yeah, I was about to say, anyone with eyes and ears and hell, even a mouth and a nose, head and shoulders, knees and toes would know that, yeah, he probably doesn't like Jewish people. Just in my opinion. I feel like in everyone's opinion as well. But
him saying that America is Zionism for white people. Again, I am asking you to connect the dots because he consistently and constantly borderline advocates for the fucking terrorism, murder, and rape against people that he personally considers Nazis. All right, he considers Zionists Nazis, and he considers America Zionists for white people. I'm asking you to put the dots together on what his actual fucking ideology is. All right? Just try.
I mean, at this point, it's not even connecting the dots, brother. It's just a high. It's just a fucking high efficiency speed rail of. I don't know what you would call it. Insanity, I suppose. Psychopathy. Yeah, we'll go with. And like I had said that before.
I want you to put the dots together. I don't want to bring you to conclusions.
Okay. If a Nazi comes in here and tries to do Holocaust revisionism, I ban them. If your expectation is that I keep that fucking Nazi in here for doing Holocaust revisionism or questioning the fucking number of the dead Jews in the Holocaust, I will ban them. If your expectation is that I let that kind of shit slide in here, I will ban you too. So there is no difference in my analysis, and there is no difference in the way that I conduct my affairs at this chat when someone comes in and watches Israel unfold a genocide every single day in broad daylight in 4K and says, I'm not sold on it. Okay, suck my dick. I don't
Anyway, this is his big argument that all Zionists are Nazis, all Americans are Zionists, and all of them deserve to get fucking raped and murdered and shit. He's a step away from that. He doesn't want to actually say that because that's obscene. But this is what he actually believes. And I'm bringing this clip back. I've showed it to you once in the past, or twice, because I think it's actually very important. I think this context is very, very important because I think, again, it puts this into perspective in a whole other way.
Let's not obfuscate, okay? I understand what you're saying, but this dude just called babies militants.
Right? So basically, that is an argument to say that Hamas terrorists have the right to go into Israel and murder babies because the babies are militants. All right, that's obviously fucking unhinged. No normal, sane person, no rational individual would actually believe in that, right, guys?
See, even he's I hadn't said it, but he's going to say it. This is, I'm telling you, put on the tinfoil hat with me. This is what if it does end up going to trial, if they do end up doing something like this, getting all of the supporters, rounding them up and then putting them in jail, they're just gonna say he's actually insane because of look at how many incorrect things he has said, like over and over, repeatedly. Like no sane person would do that, and I feel, in my opinion, that it would work.
Right, guys?
I understand. And there are baby settlers.
There are baby settlers, according to Hamas Piker. There are baby settlers. I've shown you this clip before, but I really feel like I didn't do it justice as to how evil it is, because him supporting the murder of babies, that's pretty bad. I think that we can all agree is pretty bad. But when you see the ideology that he has, anyone in Israel is a fucking Nazi. Every Zionist is a Nazi. Every white American is a Zionist, is a Nazi. He supports and condones the murder of these people. He incites violence for the murders of these people. What the fuck is a baby settler? What the shit? Anyway, it gets better.
Well, but there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Oh, there are baby settlers because there are babies in the settlements. He says, as he condones the fucking clip defending Hamas terrorists for murdering babies?
Babies that killed were not.
I know.
Okay, so here's
now that we established that, no, hold on. Now that we established that,
We didn't establish fucking anything. He says, now that we established that you can murder babies, that's what he said. How dare those babies be born? Am I right, guys? Let's support the terrorists now. Now, I want you to see how he, when he's on actual news sites, he covers this in such a slimy, fucking despicable way. Like a unbelievable despicable way. All right, look at how he phrases this shit.
It does seem that you're very selective about the violence that you support.
That's true. Wow.
True, yes.
Interesting insight. Even fucking Pierce Morgan picked up on that, and he doesn't have a fucking Hasan Piker is 100+% fuck franchise. Interesting. Wow. You're right. He does seem to support a hell of a lot of violence, but only against specific people. That's weird.
That when you support it, it's justified. When other people use things in a violent way that you don't support, it's unjustified.
Damn, that's a pretty good analysis.
Not only a pretty good analysis, a pretty accurate one as well. And it's almost like he won't be able to answer this. Because, you know, it's just a genuine, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a yes or no question. Why are you like this? Do you think that this is a good thing?
Analysis there, Pierce. And I think I've literally, proven that. All right, I'm not just saying this is a theory at this point. It's proven by this video, I think. He advocates for violence literally all the fucking time. Literally all the fucking time. He advocates for violence against people that he doesn't like. But Israel's doing a genocide, and those people all deserve to die because they're Jews and they're Zionists and all them, and all that's happening.
Seems like it's all skewed to what Hasan Piker thinks.
That is correct, because Hasan thinks that his subjective viewpoint is correct, and he fully supports, in my opinion, the murder of people that he subjectively is against.
well, not necessarily just what I think. I think that there are obvious markers, obvious boundaries. I don't think violence against civilians is justified.
So why doesn't he condemn Hamas? In the last 2 years of this war going on, year and a half almost, he has not a single time actually condemned Hamas. Why? If he says that violence against civilians is not justified, why doesn't he condemn them? The answer is because he doesn't view Israelis as civilians, because he views them as settlers. He supports the murder of baby settlers. He supports the murder of Zionists because they're Nazis. He probably supports the murder of certain Americans because they're basically just white Americans is just America Zionism. Because Hasan doesn't view these people as civilians. He phrases his conversations in like these unbelievably slimy ways to get away from actually revealing his actual opinions, because he straight up supports the murder of babies. He laughed when they danced with the coffins of babies that they murdered with their bare hands.
I have talked about October 7 on this very same show, saying
he didn't condemn it,
that it was a tragedy, atrocities that occurred on October 7 specifically. When you target civilians in any capacity, I think that is unacceptable.
Right.
With respect to hostages, the mission team found...
And then he spends the next 2 minutes in this clip reading the United Nations report and basically doubting the United Nations when they say that rapes happened.
Clear and convincing information that some have been subjected to various forms of conflict-related sexual violence, including rape and sexualized torture and sexualized, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment. And it also has reasonable grounds to believe that such violence may be ongoing. The mission team reviewed incidents of alleged sexual violence related to hostages in Gaza. Based on Based on first-hand accounts of...
You know why he said there we go? Because it's first-hand, because he just doesn't believe it, right? That's why he does the there we go. He signals that, oh, there we go. It's not real. He's reading the United Nations report. By the way, the United Nations is notoriously anti-Israel.
Released hostages, the mission team reviewed clear and convincing information that sexual violence, including sexualized torture and cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment occurred against some of the women and children during their time in captivity, and has reasonable grounds to believe that this violence may be ongoing. It is first-hand accounts. Okay.
He added that in himself. Their analysis was not first-hand accounts. He's like, oh, it's first-hand accounts. Okay. In other words, he just doesn't believe it. He just says, oh, it's first-hand accounts.
So, I was like, I feel like I've made my point. Actually, Nux has made that point. I just wanted to have you guys think about it ever so slightly. This obviously is unacceptable. It's insane. It's probably one of the worst things that probably a human could say ever. And yet, he's still here. He's still popular. And people still collab with him. And notice, right? Let's just say, out of all the clips that you've seen, take any of those clips, apply them to somebody else. They're permabanned. So I feel like he's not skirting the line. There's no way he's skirting the line at this point. Like, he's just blatantly going through it and knows for a fact that nothing will happen to him because barely anything ever has. So, if the courts were to see this video or any of these clips, I mean, how long do you think he's getting? It's like, how long do you think he's... Life? Maybe. Because some of this is actually just ridiculous. Because you can even say stuff that he said against Americans by itself. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump called it treasonous. But let's say if we forgot all that, everything that's happened just with Hamas Palestine or Israel Palestine. Let's just say we took only all of that. I mean, and if they're actually going to do it, how much jail time do you think he's going to get? I feel like it would be a lot. Well, or if they don't plead insanity, because I would not put it past them to not do that. This is all just insane stuff, over and over and over again. Again, Nux, I see what you're doing, but it's not connecting the dots, bro. It's literally just a straight line down. It just seems to get worse and worse every time.
Israelis are obviously lying about this, right? Obviously, even though there's actual footage of it.
Based on first-hand accounts of released hostages, there are reasonable grounds to believe that female hostages were also subjected to other forms of sexual violence. That's it. This is the new information that they have. Not that this is the systematic directed by Hamas in the way that the original claims were. Can we read the first-hand accounts? No, they don't have
anything to defend his terrorists. Anyway, I wanted to wrap up showing this is Hasan's interview with a Houthi terrorist that he brought onto his own stream.
Well, actually, it was a random Yemeni teenager.
This is what the Houthis do. All right, they do Hitler salutes. Again, Hasan made 5 videos against Elon Musk, but when the Houthis do Hitler salutes, because they directly want to kill Jews, that's fine, whatever. And I wanted to wrap things.
Why does he look like a banana?
Up with saying that this is the Houthi slogan: God is the greatest, death to America, death to Israel, curse be upon the Jews, victory to Islam. Hasan supports this terrorist organization. He had a Houthi terrorist on his fucking stream. I wanted to wrap up with this because I don't think Hasan is anti this creed. I think this creed does kind of fit Hasan's worldview. Hasan supports the fucking killing of senators that he disagrees with, of Americans who he calls Zionists, Zionists who he calls Nazis. You could dance around a million times however you want. I think that Hasan, who never condemned the Houthis, actually might fucking support this ideology. Incredibly hot take. This guy's fucking evil. I made this video here. I wanted to put this succinctly in one video because I wanted to show you the follow through of this man's ideology. When he has a clip saying that if you cared about medical fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, it's not a mistake, okay? It's not an oopsie, all right? Because he does it again and again and again. You know, standing firm with murderers, alleged murderers, tweeting pictures of handmade shotguns. I wanted to put this together because I wanted to make it incredibly clear that this guy is fucking evil. He actually advocates and supports for terrorists, and I think his ideology is very similar to terrorists. I'll be real, he's the biggest leftist political streamer. For some reason, I am considered more controversial than he is in some circles. And I, personally, want to thank you for joining me on the 200% fucked finale of the Hasan Piker franchise. It's not over. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll do something really stupid later. 210% fucked coming soon. This is a wild situation. And it's a situation that I think is important that people actually know about. And I think that every single one of these instances where he'll literally make a video saying that, you know, America deserved 9/11 or whatever, and people will write that off as a mistake, and then he'll say another thing, and people will write that off as a mistake, consistently one-offing his different topics, there is an obvious pattern, an incredibly obvious pattern. This guy is a villain. and he should be treated as such. Stay weird, fam. Like
he should also check into an insane asylum. Because you can't just consistently be that wrong all the time for multiple years without someone just assuming that there's something mentally wrong with you. But, well, I mean, he said it. There's not much more for me to say. I just wanted to react to it because I thought this was interesting. But y'all be easy.